Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People, based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mian Moshe Zia of No Time for Love, called Missing, an extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and the ones you love be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. It can be heard on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. And coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're a terrific duo from Portland, Oregon, who's got some tunes out there, which is Carve and Bone, Dig Deep, Stay With Me, 78. And these guys have been in the Portland music scene for quite some time, and they've got some terrific music on Spotify, SoundCloud, and a lot more. And they talk about their ancestry in rock and just how everything came about and how they just made themselves into what they are in Portland, Oregon. Live, ladies and gentlemen, for the Plus Studios in the Pacific Northwest. Ladies and gentlemen, the terrific duo of Andy Foster and Chelsea Walker, of Rakes. Hey, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Hey, we're doing great. So you guys been in Portland for quite some time. You've got a lot of tunes on Spotify, SoundCloud, Pandora, and you got some hits out there like Carved in Bone, Dig Deep, Stay With Me, 78, and basically you've been in music for quite some time. And before we get into all that, tell us how I first got started.
What was it? It was like 5-6 years ago.
Oh my gosh, I think it was longer.
Probably before that. I played in bands forever around here, and she actually helped sing in some of those bands forever ago.
Yeah.
Band called God, was it the Ones?
The Ones,
back when. God, that was like 15 years ago.
I think that was like 15 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that we met at a bar I worked at downtown, and then we just got to talking, and he came to see a band that I was playing with. And I was sick as a dog, and our lead singer was gone. So they put me in the lead.
Good time.
And he came after the show, and he was like, "You sounded like Tina Turner." And I was like, I was barely just like, that was amazing. I was like, okay. And then after that, it was like, he always came to me to
like, we got to start something.
Singing projects.
And then finally, after kind of doing, little stuff here and there, side stuff with each other, we finally, I think it was about 5 years ago, said, let's start actually writing music.
So I think it was longer.
Yeah. So we actually started writing songs, just her and I, and then eventually got more and more people together, formed the full group. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. And who else is in your group? I know it's the two of you, and where are the rest of your mates, and what do they do?
We got Tim's a drummer. I'm not sure where any of the other ones are. Probably they're doing their daily lives at this point. With the whole COVID thing, we've had a hard time practicing lately. But we got Tim, who's a drummer. We got Reeves, who was the bass player, but now he's actually switching to guitar. So we're going to have a new bass player, Jamie, start playing with us here pretty quick. And we got Jake on the keys. So ever expanding. We'll add more if it makes sense. You know what I mean? If it sounds good. So
yeah, it's nice because our band is flexible enough that we can, we've done shows with just Andy and I, we've done shows with Andy and Reeves. So like we can kind of go in and out of that. Like, yeah,
it's not all dependent on, if somebody can't play a show, we kind of make it work regardless. Like her and I played, acoustic shows, just her and I, and then we played, full group shows. I mean, it's kind of, the band's made to be as flexible as possible. And just as long as you can play the song, that's what we really care about. Yeah. I mean, it's basically got to include us too at this point. If it's just one of us, it doesn't work. But as long as there's her and I, then we're good.
Or you could have just one person singing, the other just playing whatever too. So it's like, what was the most interesting situation you ever been in? Like, say, one didn't show up, everybody shows up, one drops out, or whatever it is. Like, what was the most interesting you ever been in?
Like the most interesting show, I think it was probably the car accident. I got in a car accident. And I had a pretty bad concussion, and I couldn't. We had a show like a week after the accident, and they had the Secret Society, so they had to play the show without me. And I remember specifically, sorry, I'm going to tell this story. The practice space was behind my sister's house, and I was at my sister's house, and I had this pint glass of soda water. And I hear the guys, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go talk to the guys. And I come out, and I'm slurring my words, and I'm like swaying because I have a really bad concussion. And they're like,
this is good. So pay in mind, like this is the first time we had talked to her since the accident. So we were practicing. We come downstairs.
They're on their way to the show.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, Chelsea, you're wasted. Come play the show.
It was so bad. Yeah, she was actually slurring her speech, and it was just like this little off, like slur when she comes out with like a lime and a lemon in this pint glass full of ice and what looked like, vodka or something. And just assumed she'd been drinking all day, but no, she actually had the concussion. It was actually it was kind of worrying, really. We were like, oh my God, she really is messed up. But yeah, so we ended up playing that show just as a three-piece. I think it was me on acoustic, our drummer at the time, and then Reeves played guitar.
Yeah, I heard it was a great show.
Yeah, it actually turned out really well. It was cool. It was good for me because it helped me actually try to develop I depend on her a lot for vocal stuff. So like I'll tend to drop out or like lean more on her. Whereas that show, like it helped me quite a bit because, you know, I had to carry the whole thing. So it was good. I mean, it was good and bad, but yeah, that was the weirdest one, the car accident show. Yeah. And it was like, what, 2 months before you could do anything, really?
Yeah.
That was bad, but anyway.
That is something. Who are some of your favorite artists and singers and musicians growing up for you guys?
Oh man. So like I listened to a lot of, you know, punk rock and stuff when I was younger. And then, you know, as everybody kind of says, like in my 20s really kind of went to the classics like Dylan and stuff like that. And then, you know, going into my 30s, it went way more singer-songwriter, like more based on, you know, songwriting, you know, just Townes Van Zandt, you know, Blaze Foley, stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, I think that like my beginnings when I was like real little, I was really just more R&B and like that kind of like Benny King was one of my favorite artists when I was like 7, you know, is that real weird kid who was just like super into soul and R&B. And then I got into the punk and the rock and you know, like a lot of like 70s punk, like the Vibrators and that kind of a thing. And then, yeah, coming out the same like classic rock and the Stories and.
Yeah, for me, it was great because I was really into a lot of local stuff kind of younger because it was funny. I got a job at Dairy Queen of all places when I was 15 because they were the only place around that would hire anybody less.
Not Cuppy Comb?
Yeah, they were the only place that would hire anybody younger than 16. So interestingly now, and it is weird now I think about it, but like I met Tim then. And so I was a 15-year-old guy and he was like 27 or 28. And he was in the music scene in Portland at that time and played in a couple of bands, a couple of punk groups called the Weaklings and the Procrastinators. Yeah. And so I was taking my mom's van downtown when I was 16, hanging out at these punk houses and then going to shows. And she was definitely like, what are you doing hanging out with these 30-year-olds when you're 16? And looking back, it is very weird. But at the time, it was fine. It was just, they were very friendly, like introducing me to all sorts of music around town. That's how I ended up meeting a lot of people in Portland was through them. It was cool. So
yeah, it sounded like we'll talk about how the band got started, but first listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at Sonic Web Studios for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mia Motion Zia of No Time for Love called Missing. Extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and the one that you love be able to go first missing. Check out the book on Amazon and other retailers, available on all formats today. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com and on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Also heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here at Andy Foster and Chelsea Walker of Rakes here on the Mike Wagner Show. And before we get to some of your music, tell us how you came up with the name, first of all. The story behind it.
What were we originally called?
I think that we originally wanted to be called Scoundrels.
Yeah, Scoundrels.
And that name, I mean, Rakes was also taken by somebody who I found, but like, I don't know. He just wanted because a lot of the songs are very like
based on depravity.
They're very like, if you listen to the lyrics, they're very like, whoa, what did they just say? So I think he wanted to, embody that. And we had our disagreements. He was like, Rakes is like the garden tool.
I know it's supposed to be like.
And then, he explained it to me, because it's based on the Old English term, like the Rakes, so it's like a wine drinking, gambling, womanizing person. But I was like, oh, that's a really cool name. Okay, we can do that.
The problem is, having to explain it.
Having to explain it. Yeah.
Probably failed at that, but
like not a garden tool.
I've never heard of the Rake House. I've never heard of the Rake House, but I'll go there if I go to Menards. Can you show me where the Rake House is at? Maybe they'll give me a little jack or something. I'll tell you something. Learn something new every day, and I appreciate that. We'll put that in our vocabulary from now on. Let's go to the Rake House, guys. So, have a Rake House on me. So,
There you go.
and of course, let's go back to the beginning. And first of all, Andy, tell us how you first got started.
I first started playing music when I was actually 12, I think 12 or 13 when I finally got my first guitar. It was a Series 10 Strat from a place in Beaverton, actually, and started playing that. Started playing like Nirvana and Mudhoney songs back then. I was super into that, like the whole Seattle kind of grunge thing. Everything other than Pearl Jam, I thought was good.
Thank you.
But I was super into like Mudhoney and Nirvana. I started just teaching myself the chords. By asking other friends that played or whatever. And then my cousin got a bass on the exact same day. He got this, this cheap bass. And I got this cheap guitar. We just started to try to play Nirvana songs, or he tried to play Bowie songs. And, that's kind of how I got my start. My brother actually, I think within 6 months got his first drum set. He's 2 years younger than me. So we all kind of had this funny family thing. Yeah. Trying to play covers and come up with these horrible original songs. But that was kind of playing the same old story, like playing in the family room or the garage and pissing off the entire neighborhood with the playing way too loud with these amps that were tiny, blowing them out. And that's kind of how I got started.
Hey, Kurt, turn it down, damn it. Courtney.
Yeah,
no.
We got complaints for sure, and still my parents let me keep doing it, so I'm amazed by that. But
I can imagine Courtney coming over. I can imagine Courtney coming over. He goes, "You let these guys play, I'm gonna kick your ass."
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, Chelsea, it's here from you. Tell us how you first got started. Besides having some tequilas as well. So,
how did you know?
That was earlier.
Oh man, how did I get started? I don't know. I used to have this guy who was like a family friend, father figure who was a musician. Like my family was always very musical. And he would always tell me, like, Chelsea, you've got a voice. I can tell you can sing just by the way you talk. And he would always tell all my friends, like, listen to the way she talks. She can sing. And so I guess I just kind of took that and was like, I guess I can sing. And one of my friends heard me singing and he was like, I'm looking for a backup singer. I need you in that band. And I was in, it was originally called the Champagne Cowboys. Then we changed our name to the Family Gun. I think we were in that. It was like eight years I was singing backup. And then so I started singing with Andy. Yeah. Within that, and
Family Gun was a great band.
Family Gun was a great band. But yeah, I guess that's
wow, that is something. And you did without tequila. Good job.
No. Lots of tequila.
And what was that moment that precisely influenced you guys into what you're doing? So think about what was that moment that says, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
Oh, man, it's hard for me to think of one moment. I guess a moment that happens a lot would just be listening, for me, like hearing a certain song. And I couldn't say which one in particular, but like hearing a certain song and like the way that, everybody says this, so like the way that it raises the hairs or whatever, like it's that feeling that I've always tried to chase, and try to write a song that would hopefully give people the same feeling, ultimately. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. One moment. That's a tough question. Yeah. I don't know that there is one specific moment. I think, there was a show we played at Kelly's Olympian, which is a bar that Andy and I met at. And I thought that was just such a great show. And we played our song Sinner. And I was like, I don't know, I was feeling it. I was just like so sweaty and so gross. And after the show, my best friend came up to me and he was like, well, Chelsea, I didn't know you were a rock star. Like, what is this all about? And I was like, whoa, okay, that's cool. And I think I just like felt just the music and I felt like the audience and I just felt everything. And that was like, dude, this is great. I want to do this. This keeps me happy. It keeps me sane.
Yeah. And I guess I should say, the one thing that really made me, so the very first show I ever played in front of like a real audience instead of just some like funny gig thing I think I was 17 or 18 and it was at Paris Theater. Remember that place? Downtown Paris Theater. And I can't remember the band. We were called Panic, but it was like, we played this Kiss cover of Detroit Rock City. And like, I know that me and this other guitar player spent forever trying to like get the solo right. And we actually hit the solo and I was so nervous for the show. Like I was about to throw up. I was so just nervous and everything. After the show, they had a smoke machine and like it was just choking. It was so full of like they just turned it on constantly. But like, I remember after the show, everybody coming up and just being like, that was great. That was awesome. And me like being so nervous, not even thinking about it, but it made me feel, I was like, that feeling that I got on stage was like nothing I had ever felt before, like total just rush, like that you could do anything. Like, oh my God, this is just awesome. And that was probably one of the moments where it was like, I definitely, I'm like, I really do love this. Yeah. This is for me, it's in my blood or whatever. So.
Right. Yeah. And of course, we'll have you play some tunes as well, too. The ones you love. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable, customized designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@SonicWebStudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, check out the latest novel by well-known award-winning author Mia Motion-Zia of No Time for Love called Missing. An extraordinary relationship between two ordinary people based on real-life events that go through 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and the ones you love will be the first to go missing. Check out the book on Amazon or the retailers, available on all formats today. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com and on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, and heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with Chelsea Walker and Andy Foster of Rakes here on the Mike Wagner Show. They also have one of their albums out there as well, too, called The Long Road. And also, they also got Carved in Bone, Dig Deep, Stay With Me, and 78. And looks like you guys are going to be one of the play tunes for us. Tell us what it is on the Mike Wagner Show. Looking forward to hearing it, guys.
Cool. We'll do this one's called Maybe Someday. This one actually isn't on the record. It just came out, but it is on the first EP we did, recorded Deer Lodge. So we'll go ahead and play this one for you. That'll work. Let's see here. Hope you'll act like you understand. Don't come back with small demand. And I'll probably talk till my face turn blue. There are so many things that I need to say to you, but I'm going away. Going away. Going away. Going away.
No, you act like it's just fine. Like what we had was just a brief part of time. Did you think that I wanted more? Can't you see I'm already halfway out the door? I'm walking away.
a movie, I'm turning off the sound. Watch the lights flicker on the wall. Maybe hope would grow from the chance just as small. Maybe someday, maybe someday, maybe someday it'll go our way. Maybe someday, maybe someday, maybe someday it'll go our way.
That was Rakes, one of the songs on the Mike Wagner Show. Tell us more about it and what inspired you to write.
This song was actually meant to be part of the record. It was supposed to be like just like a little in between kind of a tune, but we ended up not using it. But the whole concept for the record was supposed to be like from beginning to end, this whole long story of a breakup or a relationship, the beginning and end of it, and everything having to do with it. We ended up going in a different direction in the end, but we had a bunch of little things that came out of it that were cool. But
I see that song as like it's a breakup of two people who really didn't want to be together to begin with, but they just kind of were there because it was there.
I don't remember writing that one. We used to practice at a place downtown, actually on the east side, suburbia, and her and I would go in, shoot. It was like multiple times a week, I think. I worked graveyard for the railroad, so I'd come back, I'd sleep for like 3 hours, and then show up at like 11 o'clock, and we'd try to write stuff before the rest of the band showed up, and we actually ended up... Our songwriting process is basically like, I'll try to come up with a melody or something on the guitar, and then we'll get together and say, okay, like, if one of us has an idea, we'll just kind of throw it back and forth and build the song off of that. So that's what it is with all this stuff. It's rare that one of us comes in with something that's already written. Usually it's like, hey, I got some chord progression, or she has an idea of something, and then, lyrically or whatever, and then we'll sit down, just her and I, and go with it. We never really involve the band with anything until we have the song almost fully written. So, and it's made to be that way. Like really, at this point we're almost, a lot of our band is in other bands anyway. So we're to the point now, so we don't need to practice 5 times a week. Like just let's her and I, get most of the whole body done, and then bring the rest of it in.
Wow, that is amazing. You also had some other songs like Carved in Bone, Dig Deep, Stay With Me, 78. Tell us more about those songs.
Let's see. Carved in Bone, I don't know, that one's kind of more personal to me. Yeah. Like we were writing that song when I first met my husband, and things were very complicated. And so I based a lot of my part of the lyrics on kind of our relationship.
Yeah. Like in Carved in Bone, I actually like that. I mean, it's supposed to be like, you're carving your name in somebody's bones. It's supposed to be like, hey, you're making an impression on them that'll never, never go away. So that's kind of, and interestingly enough, that one's like the melody, that's the most positive one of the whole album. So and it's kind of the most brutal one.
I think like a lot of our songs are kind of like, dark stories, and we did a lot of it where it's like, okay, this is kind of the story that I've got in mind, and then we kind of brainstorm and put lyrics to the melodies and kind of build the story with the lyrics behind that. And it was a lot of like, wow, these are really dark lyrics, but they sound really happy and danceable and rock and roll. I think that was kind of a big...
The whole band was supposed to be kind of a dark kind of thing to begin with. I mean, it's definitely gone in different directions, continuing to go in a different direction. But at first, it was supposed to just be like the happier melodies with kind of weird, lyrics. But it's not necessarily that now. But, everything changes.
Yeah.
And where can we find your music at?
Everywhere at this point. So that the new record's out. I mean, you can get it. You can get the vinyl if you want a physical copy from Deer Lodge Records. I think that's what Bandcamp for the vinyl, and then everything. It's available everywhere else: iTunes, Spotify.
think we're on Pandora.
I think we're on Pandora.
We've got some covers that just Andy and I did on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean any streaming service you can find us. We're there.
Well, definitely check you guys out. We're here with Andy Foster and Chelsea Walker of Rakes here on the Mike Wagner Show. Just a few more moments with the terrific duo. A very big thank you for your time from Portland, Oregon. You've been absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
Love to visit sometime. And also just a few more. What can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond?
A new record for sure. So we already have a few new tunes that we're going. I would love to be able to play a real show, hopefully, soon. I mean, I like everybody else, in the world, but yeah, I mean, more new songs, videos to go along with the record that we actually just put out. We're putting a video out for Carved in Bone. We already have all the footage, and it was done during the wildfires here, so it's kind of a whole creepy vibe to it. So, we had the wildfires here for like 2 weeks. It was just smoke everywhere. You couldn't see anything. It was ridiculous.
We basically put our lives in danger.
Yeah, we filmed the whole video in the smoke, in this car. So it's I'm really stoked to get this footage out. But definitely look for that video here. It probably won't come out till about January is what we're thinking now. But it's we're editing everything, getting it together. But yeah, videos and hopefully more new songs and some more. Well, definitely more new songs, but hopefully shows. Yeah. We'll see. Maybe we'll have to do some online stuff. We haven't done that, but I don't know. We'll see.
We're definitely looking forward to it. And who do you consider biggest influences in your careers?
Oh man, definitely for me, it's definitely Towns and interesting enough, Justin Towns Earl. Is a huge one for me as well. Even though that was a short, time frame. What about you?
Big influences. That's hard. There's so many. There are so many. I would say like right now, people that are influencing me are Shannon and the Clams. I love them, and I like to pull from that. That kind of like surfy rock. PP Arnold, I love that. She's just really feeling me right now.
Yeah. Amazing for sure.
Oh my goodness! And what's the best advice you guys can give to anybody at this point?
Just keep writing.
Keep writing.
It's gonna get better.
Yeah, keep writing, keep playing. Just like
write the best song you can. And be honest about it. Yeah,
record it. If you hate it, change it. Find what you hate and change it. Yeah, just keep doing it.
And of course, speaking of doing it, let's hear one more tune from Rakes here on the Mike Wagner Show before we go. So I'd like to thank you guys, and one more for us. Let's have it.
All right, thanks. This is called Stay With Me. This is on the record, so. Wearing the skin that ain't right. right. Wonder if maybe I'm undue. But the last job is gone and I'm on the move. Just go home. Just go home. Just go Stay with me, baby. Stay with me now. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me, stay with me now. Stay with me now. Baby. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me now. Stay with me now. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me now. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me now. Stay with me now. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me now. Stay with me now.
That was Stay With Me on the show. Guys, terrific. Thank you for your time. Absolutely fantastic. Reporting and soon. Where can we find that song at?
That's on our record, not acoustically. It's on our record on Spotify, Pandora,
iTunes, everywhere.
Facebook.
Yep. You name it, you got it.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Well, definitely will here on the Mike Wagner Show. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music?
They can purchase the physical record through bandcamp.com at Deer Lodge. Just Google Deer Lodge Records, and you can get everything there. Like I said, we got a new record coming, or a new record in the works of 2021. We got a Facebook page. We got
PDX Rakes, I think.
PDX Rakes. Then we got
Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
Oh, Rakes PDX. Sorry, Rakes PDX is the Facebook and Instagram, I think.
Yeah, Rakes the Band.
Rakes the Band.
Yeah, Rakes the Band on Instagram.
On Instagram, okay.
Find us there. Check us out. Watch the videos, and yeah.
We certainly would do so. Once again, Andy Foster and Chelsea Walker of Rakes on the Mike Wagner Show. Guys, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward again soon. Do us a favor. Keep us up to date. Love you back on 2021 and beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch and bring some tequila next time, guys.
Yeah, I will.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Have a good day.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based upon a real-life relationship, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon. Do read it. I'm sure you'll love it. It's www.miamosinzia.com and www.amazon.com/Mia Mohsin Zia.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.